She was always a quiet little girl, but happy, loved sports, and was, of my 4 kids, was clearly the best athlete. She went to the University of Toronto and actually was a runner there as well, and unfortunately got off to a bad start because she hurt herself running. She came home a couple of weeks later, and it was apparent she really was not keen to go back. So she did. We encouraged her. I really was not willing to have her not go back. And it's always hard to start in a new place, in a different sort of a place. But clearly she was not happy. And by Christmas time, when she came home for Christmas, she did not want to go back to Toronto. So she transferred to the U of C. But from time to time, it was clear that there were a couple of issues and that things were going on. So we encouraged her to seek some help. She went to a psychologist, went to a few of them. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of stress in our home at the time between my wife and I, and my wife at the time. And I think in hindsight that probably was really a shame, because I think that instability affected Melissa. It probably affected all of the kids. Things were getting a little bit worse. There was a lot of stress between Melissa and her mother. I was away on a trip and came back and heard that there were some issues going on, some fighting in the house and that sort of thing. And then unfortunately, I had to go away again. And I remember having a coffee with Melissa in Starbucks the day before, the day I left on this trip. And you know, it was funny, I didn't feel right about going away. Kind of felt something was wrong and I didn't know what it was. And went on the trip, and the next night at about 3 in the morning, I got a phone call to say that she had died, and that she had taken her life. And it was absolutely the last thing I ever anticipated ever happening. This voyage of absolute shock, disbelief, eventually guilt. What did I do or not do? What did I say or not say? Why did I go on that trip at that point? Why didn't I stay at home? And I think we were all shocked that this had happened. None of us expected it. They say most often there are warning signs, but a lot of times we miss them, or we don't understand them for what they are. Or sometimes we're affected by the stigma ourselves, and I can't deny that that probably affected me. Any thoughts about suicide that I had were probably at that time, oh, let's not even go there. I don't even want to think about that. Well, I should have been thinking about that. I actually had sort of a chance meeting with the executive director of the Canadian Mental Health Association in Calgary. And it was on the back of my mind that I wanted to do something. I wanted this loss to stand for something. I wanted something good to come out of this sadness. I don't think that you really ever completely get over. It's important though to remember her. We don't want to push her out. So we go out to dinner every year on her birthday, celebrate her birthday. We think of her at holidays, at Christmas and that sort of thing. And I don't work on the day that she died. I don't go to work. I always stay home that day. And I'm always in touch with my sons. We at least talk if we don't see each other. I go out to the cemetery, and that's really important to me. Knowing that was the last time I was going to talk with her, I probably would have told her, I hope I told her I loved her. I don't remember, but I really would have told her how important she was to me, how precious she was to my life. And would that have made a difference? I don't know. I like to think it would have,